Hey guys, it's Laura Lemur, Style Unique, Mind Geek, overall on fleek. Welcome to my first video. I am so excited to be sharing this video with you all. This is my first video ever on YouTube, so it's kind of exciting. Basically, in this video, I'm going to be talking about who I am, how I got to this point of putting videos on YouTube, what's led up to this point, and what kind of content you'll be expecting in the future from me. Before I get into that, however, I want to talk about what's going on in the background. So in the background, this is a drawing that I have done of Knox the chicken. For those of you that are not fans of the franchise, Knox the Chicken is a Animal Crossing villager. Animal Crossing is a game I started playing on the Nintendo Switch last year. I hadn't played previous games, but I started playing it last year and I fell in love with it. It's so fun. Knox is one of the villagers that lives on my island in the game. So I thought it would be fun to draw him on his noble steed, specifically a little donkey character I made up right there. So that'll be going on in the background if you want to watch that while I'm talking. Otherwise, you can just listen to me talking about who I am. So basically, my name is Laura. I am a 26-year-old female that lives in the United States, and I've always loved to draw. Being creative is literally the center of my world. I feel like it's my purpose. I've specifically really loved to draw since like the age of 4. Now, considering that, when you're a toddler, you pretty much draw as crafts in school or daycare and stuff like that. I probably started drawing before that, but that's really the time specifically that I remember, like, hey, this is something that I like to do outside of like preschool, right? From that point on, I've pretty much drawn anything that kind of relates to making characters. So specifically, I'll draw like fan-based material, whether it's characters that exist already in the fandoms that I really like, or I make up fan characters based on the characters in the franchise. So I've made fan characters specifically for Sonic. I've made fan characters for Neopets and would like to draw that. I love drawing like Disney characters and things like that. I do draw Animal Crossing characters. I don't have any fan characters for that franchise because honestly, there are so many characters in that game, so it's hard not to get inspired by those characters in the game and draw them. I would also draw my own characters and even made comics for some of them, and all of this is purely on a hobby basis. Regardless of whether it was fan characters or my own original characters, any sort of art I make would always revolve around character design and telling a story about a character through their design. And that's one of the main things I really like about art and what I like to draw. I love that you can use forms and shapes and colors to tell a story about a character versus just saying it in their dialogue on their own. And that's something really special that art provides. Since creativity is the center of my world, I've always been looking to bring my creativity to the forefront, specifically through my career. I remember in high school, I had to choose my major, and it was between marketing and animation. And the reason why I ended up choosing marketing is one, for practicality purposes. Growing up in a not so financially secure environment, I really wanted a career, if I was going to spend money on it, where I would end of the day end up with a job. And it's largely promoted in our culture that, making art is not really a job, or art careers aren't particularly successful, and if they are, the competition is super fierce, so it's best not to even really try to do it. It's a large cultural promotion that we have, and I'm not saying for some people it's incorrect, but that's thought in the back of my mind really like didn't encourage me to pursue that career path of animation. Also, I felt like in my 17-year-old mind that animation would wear out my love for art, that I would draw so much and have to draw all the time for my career that I would just get worn and tired of it and I wouldn't want to do it anymore. And I loved art so much and I didn't want that to happen. So, for those two reasons primarily, I chose to pursue my degree in marketing, and I did end up getting my bachelor's in science and marketing in 2017. Don't get me wrong, marketing is super fun and it's definitely a way to use your creativity if that's the way that your creativity comes out the best for you. But I don't feel that marketing is my calling. It is my firm belief that everybody in this world has a purpose and has a calling and has something that, regardless of whether you're happy or not, it calls to your soul. And for me, I feel like that's art. So I'm trying to find a way to pursue that. One of the ways that I am trying to pursue art is via YouTube. I essentially want to kind of become a creative entrepreneur, and although I don't have all the answers yet, one of the ways I want to utilize my art towards my career is making YouTube videos, specifically drawing and sharing via YouTube what I can do with my art and sharing it with you. And I think that's would be super fun and awesome to do. So what can you expect from the Laura Lemur channel? First and foremost, I have a lot of things in my head being creative. I have a lot of ideas and things like that. And I know there's only so many outlets I can do. I can execute those ideas. But I know for sure I'm definitely going to be doing some story time videos accompanied with a draw with me segments. I just want to use those story time videos not only to share my digital drawings, but also just share some lifetime events with you guys, some experiences that I've had in my life. I think sharing your experiences is one way that we can all kind of relate to each other. So those are things I definitely want to share. I definitely will elaborate more on some of the topics that I touched on in this video. This is kind of just a brief introduction video sharing who I am, but I'm definitely going to be diving more deep into some of the things that I talked about here, as well as some other things that I didn't touch on as well. I'm also excited for sure. I'm definitely going to be doing some character drawing videos, kind of doing some character combos, and kind of leaving it at that for more of a surprise, specifically with Neopets for sure. Definitely some Animal Crossing content coming in there. Hopefully some Sonic content as well. I have some other kind of ideas I want to do as well that aren't related to the two ideas I just mentioned, but I'm going to keep those a little more hush hush until I confirm that I'm officially going to be doing that type of stuff. If you're interested in that type of content and you want to see more, definitely subscribe to receive updates. If you like this video, definitely click a thumbs up, or if you're excited for the content, also click a thumbs up. Is much appreciated. Yeah, I know this video was a little short and sweet, but we'll be having some longer videos in the future. In the meantime, I will leave you with me finishing up this Knox on his noble steed drawing. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.